1300 hours. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Nayab. First, the headlines. Foreign Minister says solution to Afghan conflict possible only through political dialogue. Minister for Education says final decision regarding reopening of educational institution will be taken with consensus on 7th of next month. Chairman CPEC Authority says over 1100 jobs have been opened for a recently started project by Shanghai Electric at Thur Block 1. US-based Committee to Protect Journalists have asked India to immediately release journalists detained in different jails of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says it is an effort of Pakistan that the intra-Afghan dialogue immediately moves forward. In a statement today, he described his recent meeting with the Afghan Taliban in Islamabad very useful. He said there was consensus in the meeting that there is only political solution to the Afghan conflict, which is possible only dialogue. The Foreign Minister said Prime Minister Imran Khan's stance on political solution is now also being acknowledged by the US, Russia, China and important countries of the region. The 14th meeting of Advisory Council of Foreign Affairs, chaired by Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi in Islamabad today, discussed regional peace and security situation with particular reference to Afghan peace process and the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The Foreign Minister apprised the meeting about the progress made so far in the Afghan peace process. He said Pakistan has effectively drew world attention towards Indian brutalities against innocent Kashmiri people. Minister for Education Shafqat Mahmood has said the final decision regarding the reopening of educational institutions will be taken with consensus on 7th of next month. He was speaking at the meeting of National Command and Operations Centre in Islamabad today. The NCOC emphasized that the educational institution must ensure compliance to all COVID protocols and prepare accordingly before the final decision. The forum suggested a strategy about reopening of educational institutions. It said that the institutions be opened on top to bottom approach, starting from the universities to the high schools on rotation basis. 279,561 patients have recovered from coronavirus in Pakistan. According to the latest statistics, there are now 8,803 active coronavirus cases in the country. Of the 23,441 coronavirus tests carried out over the last 24 hours, 445 new cases surfaced. 6 new deaths have also been reported from the virus during the last 24 hours. Minister for Industries and Production Hamad Azhar says the government is utilizing all available resources to revive special economic zones and develop underprivileged areas of the country. Talking to private media, he said government is taking practical steps to make them instruments of industrial production, economic growth, export promotion and employment generation. He said we want to introduce one window operation in special economic zones to facilitate the local and foreign investors. Chairman China-Pakistan Economic Corridor Authority and Special Assistant to Prime Minister on Information and Broadcasting, Asim Salim Bajwa has said that more than 1,100 jobs of various categories have been opened for a recently started project by Shanghai Electric at Thur Block 1. In a tweet today, he said the locals will be preferred in these jobs subject to the criteria and their qualification. An American independent body, Committee to Protect Journalists, has asked India to immediately release journalists detained in different jails of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The demand was made in a letter by the committee to Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi for release of Kashmiri journalist Asif Sultan, who is in jail since last 2 years. The committee demanded of the Indian government to uphold the commitment to freedom of press. Indian defense analysts have warned of serious consequences for India if it continues confrontation with China. Participating in a webinar on conflict between India and China in Ladakh, Indian military and strategic expert Paravin Sawane said border clash with China this year had a cascading effect for India, which is now facing problems in its relation with all neighbors. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletin on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.